Preserving the food you grow is very important. Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. This is what we're talking about today. A little bit about canning. I'm not really a canning expert. Other people around me, that's their forte. But we're going to talk about canning a little bit today. Predominantly some of the supplies oriented with canning and what they are. Okay, so let me move some of this out of the way. You could probably, by the noise, by what the sound it makes, some of you already know what I'm moving around. But let's start off with, usually with some of the first things that people buy at the store are mason jars, or that's a brand name. These are the Kerr jars. These are the quart jars. I'm not going to open this up right now because this is one of the ways we store them, our extra jars, until we need them. But it's a glass jar, as you can see, glass jar with a metal lid. Let me show you a little more about those metal lids. It's actually a two-piece design. So we got here one of the bigger ones and a smaller one. We got large mouth, small mouth, kind of like bass. Large mouth bass, small mouth bass, right? So for the fishermen, we got, these are the lids. These are the rings for the lids. Okay, these come with the jars, and then it's actually, since I said it's a two-part, we got this, large mouth, small mouth. These are the seals. These are the actual lids. See the orange piece here? That is an actual seal that during the process of canning kind of melts and then seals this metal lid to the glass jar. So during the canning process, you use both. Whoops, dropped it, of course. You're using this metal ring to hold this seal to the jar while it is doing the canning process. Whether it's water bath canning or pressure cooker canning, this holds it to this. Now some people, there's this, I don't know, from what I know, there's some people that keep the ring on afterwards, and some people say take the ring off. My grandparents and everybody I knew in my past growing up and everything like that took this off, so that you know if this seal is compromised and the food is bad inside. Like say it starts to go bad, not boils up, but it expands because of the bacteria inside is growing, which pops the lid, letting you know that what is inside is bad. But these, well, first off, metal rings and the jars are obviously reusable pretty much forever unless they're damaged. If the glass is, cracked, broken, the sealing surface gets damaged, something like that, or these rings are bent or damaged in any way, pretty much they're reusable, almost forever. These lids, however, are not reusable. You can reuse them, like say, just put them inside here and use this, a used seal on a glass jar, for just storing like dry goods in your pantry for a little while, where you don't need it to seal. So don't throw these away whenever you're done, whenever you pop the seal on a jar. Keep them, just you can't use them for canning anymore, but they're still viable lids. And so this is an expendable item. You use these. So this is one of those items, you buy lots of these because throughout the years you're going to use these. There's also reusable canning lids, and the brand is escaping me right now. I know a lot of you guys here know about what I'm talking about. Tatler, reusable lids. I'm pretty sure it's Tatler. But anyway, buy replacement. They're cheap, super cheap. Buy tons of packs of these to keep in your storage for canning. But yeah, you can put them in here. Put the lids, like when green onions. We grow a lot of green onions here. I dice them up, put them out in the sun on baking sheets, and dehydrate them. And then I put them in mason jars, glass jars, throw this lid on it, put it in the pantry. It's not canning, so I'm not concerned about the lid being perfectly sealed. It is used. But make sure that don't only open up and use good, brand new, unused seals for canning. So yeah, as you can see, there's the largemouth, smallmouth, how they go together. And there are those reusable lids also. So this is just a little smattering, little example here of a couple of these lids. Let me put them back together. This is one way where you can get the lids and seals together. It's just a pack of what, 12 lids. And it comes, this is mason jars by Ball. Comes with easy step-by-step instructions for successful home canning. Go figure. So one of the things is select quality ingredients at the peak of freshness. So don't use stuff that's been laying around for a while. Pick it out of the garden and then can it same day or maybe next day. Prepare them according to a tested recipe. So you know what you're going to get on the other end. So it's not nasty. It's something you're going to eat. Check all items to ensure they're good working condition. Yeah. Process acidic foods in boiling water canner. Acidic foods include jellies, jams, preserves, marmalades, soft spreads, fruits, tomatoes with added acid, pickles, relishes, and chutneys. Process low-acid foods in a steam pressure cooker canner. Low-acid foods include vegetables, meats, poultry, seafood, and combination recipes with low acidic ingredients. So what that means is most of the stuff you grow out here in your garden is going to need a pressure cooker, not just a boiling pot of water. And a lot of the process is that you need to make sure that all your materials are sanitized, completely sanitized, free from any bacteria, any germs. Yes, make sure they're clean. That's the key. Wash lids, jars, and bands in hot soapy water. Rinse well, dry bands set aside. Heat jars and lids in the hot water before you use them. Anyway, if you know about canning, you know about all this stuff. I'm just kind of reading. I didn't even realize that this little guide was here. It's pretty cool. But so whenever you buy jars, or lids like this, it even gives you a quick little guide. People have been doing this for so long. I know people are worried about the sanitation and, bacteria getting inside and stuff like that, but it's really not that difficult. It's really not. Recommend you guys get into canning. Canning is a great way to preserve your food, especially that you're growing out here. But speaking of growing your food out here, what did I just say? You need a pressure cooker. Here is a pressure cooker. This is an 8-quart aluminum pressure cooker. So this is just an example. This is one we have. This is actually, you can see the box is kind of beat up. This is a standby. This is like an extra food storage pressure cooker that we have set aside for extra, because we want extras in preparedness, correct? So I guess I can show you. Well, no, I'm not gonna get into that. It's just a pressure cooker. It's not that difficult. But let's go back to this. Let's see what this says. Remove air bubbles by sliding non-metallic spatula between the jar and food. Gently press on the lid to release trapped air. Repeat procedures, a couple times, and that's after boiling stuff like that. It talks about like the seals. You want to boil. You don't want to boil it so much where the seal goes bad before you use it, kind of stuff. Placing jar in the canner has processing time. Let jars cool 12 to 24 hours. After jars are cool, test for seal by pressing the center of the lid. If the lid does not flex up and down, the lid is sealed. That's important. That's key. And then this says remove bands, which is that outer ring. This piece. Yep, remove that. Let me see. Yeah, press. Remove bands, wipe jars and lids with clean, damp cloth. Store, label, and enjoy. Cool, dark place. Store. Just like the rest of your food storage. So, get into canning, and like I said, the key is these. Have lots of extra of these or the reusable ones. We have some of the reusable ones also, but I like keeping lots of these. Whenever I go to Walmart, they have those, whatever their store brand is, I forget, or Mainstays. That's it, Mainstays. Little boxes of packs of these. and I just pick up, 4 boxes, 6 boxes each time whenever I go there and I happen to be in that area, to keep lots and lots and lots of these. Because if you can a lot, you're going to use a lot. And barter item. We're always looking for barter items. If we get into a barter type society, if financial collapse happens or whatever, barter type society, canning goods are going to be very, very valuable. And I don't know if you guys have seen it in your area, the shortage of canning jars. Now it seems things are back. But because of the all the stuff that happened in 2020, because of 2019 thingy, a lot more people got into canning. A lot more people got into gardening and stuff like that. So there was, around where I'm at, a shortage of mason jars, of these canning jars, these glass jars. Now they're back. I don't see any shortages now, except for, every once in a while I go in and I'll see that they're wiped out. But people are doing that kind of like they do with that the Freedom Seed thing. They'll buy a bunch of them and then they'll try to resell them online for twice, 3 times what they paid for them. So yeah, some of that was going on, but they're back. Get some canning jars, get lids, get extra seals. Make sure that you're doing this. This is a vital prepper skill, learning how to can. Very simple, yet vital. And do this stuff, grow this stuff, and raise your animals. That same thing, like I talked about pressure canning meats. Meats are low acidic, which means they need to be pressure canned. All the chickens you're raising, the goats you're raising, the turkeys, all the different animals, whatever it is that you're raising, and hopefully you're raising extra of, so that you can slaughter, process, and can the meat for future use. It's a great way to add to your preps. I get it. It's easier to just go to the store and buy a can of something, right? But just like gardening, okay, I can go to the store and buy some tomatoes, but they don't taste like this. I'm telling you, everything is so much yummier, so much better flavor, so much better taste, so much better nutrition in homegrown organic foods. So then you can them, and wow, so much better for you, so much healthier for you. Wow. Sweet tomatoes. Really, really good. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope that you subscribe, hit the like button, comment below, share the videos, do the things, help with the algorithm. You guys are awesome. You guys rock. Thank you very much. And remember that all of this stuff, prepping, is living insurance, right? And it's peace of mind, huge peace of mind, to be able to feed and take care of your family and or those around you. So I encourage you guys to do this. Garden, can, raise your animals, and spread the word to others. Get the word out. Meet up with others. Go to meetups. There's this cool thing called the Viking Network, started by Pastor Joe Fox of Viking Preparedness. Viking networks all over the place. They're prepper groups, basically. That's what it is. It's just that's the term. They just came up with the Viking Network. Check out your local Viking networks. Network with people. Get the word out. Get more people. Invite somebody. Vetting process, work on that kind of stuff, but spread the word about preparedness. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Blessings to you and yours.